So this was my best attempt at continuity, how the fuck you want to say it. Let's see here. Well, oh yeah, so here's an update. This is late because I didn't do my, what I was supposed to like 2 weeks ago. Because I've been dealing with getting ready to meet Parliament. Like I went to go talk to the committee that was of Parliament members that was in charge of cannabis legalization. So right around the mark where we found out that this meeting was going to happen is when I was supposed to make these videos. So I didn't do that. Spent about a week and a half, 2 weeks prepping for my meeting. It went really well. Not only was I able to get a lot of people from the rural and bush growing areas to go out and inquire and have their meetings, but I got to represent myself as well as my advocacy work here in East Wahine. It was pretty intense, except for the fact that I had to do it with a mask on. And also at the very end, after giving a very impassionate speech, I was asked how I felt about Trump and if I was going to vote for him. And basically, I copped out and was like, oh, yeah, if he legalizes cannabis, maybe I'll consider it. But it just goes to show you the conservative nature of Swaziland. And also, my SIM card was turned off. We bitched and moaned for the last 2 months. We've been trying to get Wi-Fi. And because we haven't been able to get Wi-Fi, we went and got a lawyer and got a court order to get Wi-Fi. Apparently, that pissed off somebody at the utility company. Or at least this is what Matt thinks, my roommate. He thinks that we pissed off the wrong person at the utility company, which also owns the two wireless networks here. Because after we got an official denial, because there wasn't a plant nearby to service us, they gave us like a full document and everything, and it seems there was some hubbub because we got a lawyer to get a court order and all that bullshit. So my roommate thinks in retaliation they turned off the SIM card because they're both state owned, like the utility company. Yeah, could be paranoia, could just be a broken SIM card. I had renewed my contract last week, but it's funny because like maybe 100 meters that way, there's a guy that has a line, which I don't know, especially in this weird time when you don't really know what's going on in the media. Like, I watch a lot of like YouTube and other stuff. And it seems like depending on what your political viewpoint is, as well as like your class, has a lot to do on how you view this epidemic. Like how I've been absorbing like American media has been through like mostly YouTube. I stay away from the Twitter until recently, and then like I like sometimes look into the mess and zoo that is Facebook from my old like hometown, because I grew up in a very conservative area, very similar to Swaziland. So the mentality in my hometown where I grew up in North Dakota is very similar to here. And I'm seeing that mirrored like very, very heavily, especially with conservatives. It's very hard to be a liberal or a left-leaning person out here, especially from Seattle. I got into shit with my fucking lawyer because he's like, I don't know if we can work together because I had an LGBTQT sticker on my fucking on my laptop. I'm just like, he got into, because like there's foreign aid attached to certain policies, and I was like, we're talking about cannabis legalization here. Why are we discussing like an LGBTQT plus like issue? But it just goes to show you the priorities here. Like whether they ask me that in Parliament or it's a lawyer that might not want to work with me because I don't give a shit if somebody wants to suck dick or not. I think it's fucking ridiculous, but you have to be mindful of cultures, and this is a polyamorous as well as a patriarchal culture, so very heavily influenced by Christians and very heavily influenced by African spiritualism. Usually you'll find that it's the two people you'll meet. And the Christians are not afraid to say they're Christians, but the spiritual side I've noticed eases into it. I had a cop offer to take me to a black magic ceremony, and I played very stupid during it because I was like, oh yeah, there's a black, like I was some kind of tourist. But then I was like, oh yeah, so what? Like, you can take me to this ceremony so you can take my hair or cut off my limb or bleed me dry. And that scared the shit out of him. And then he left me the fuck alone. I was just trying to have a cigarette outside the grocery store while I was waiting for somebody. But yeah, it's just been one of the cases of things I've had to dodge and weave. Like, I'm in a place that, like, not your average white person from America would be found. So, kind of like a white monkey, kind of a It's minor celebrity kind of bullshit. Everyone wants to take photos with me.